Hello my dear students, in this lecture we are going to see one best quality numerical on force convection flow through pipe. So let us understand the question. The question is, air at 2 atmosphere and 200 degrees Celsius is heated as it flows at a velocity of 12 meter per second through a tube with a diameter of 3 centimeter. Now here the air is flowing through a pipe or tube having diameter d. Let us say the air is flowing through this pipe, right? Now let us say this is a pipe of length L. The length of pipe will be L. Diameter of pipe will be d. Here diameter of pipe will be d, right? And through this pipe the air is flowing. They have mentioned through this pipe the air is flowing like this, right? Now my dear students, let us say left side is entry and right side is exit for the air. Now this air pressure is given 2 atmosphere. Therefore, as this air is flowing, for this air pressure is given 2 atmosphere. Therefore pressure is equal to 2 atmosphere, which is nothing but 1 atmosphere is nothing but it is 2 into 1 atmosphere is nothing but 1.01325 into 10 to the power 5. It is Newton per meter square, right? That is, it is 1.01325 bar, and bar is nothing but 10 to the power 5. Therefore it will become Newton per meter square in Newton per meter square. This is the pressure. Now again the temperature of air is given 200 degrees Celsius. Therefore here temperature, let us say the initial temperature of air at entry. Here let us say this air temperature, that is T infinity I. We can say T infinity I. That is inlet temperature of air is given T infinity I 200 degrees Celsius. Now in terms of Kelvin, we have to add 273. Therefore it will become 473 Kelvin, right? Then is heated. Now this air is heated, right, as it flows at a velocity of, now the velocity of flow is given, which is nothing but v is 12 meter per second, right, through a tube with a diameter of 3 centimeter. Now diameter of tube is given, that is d is equal to 3 centimeter, which is nothing but 3 into 10 to the power minus 2 meter, right? Then a constant heat flux condition is maintained at the wall, and the wall temperature is, 20 degrees Celsius above the air temperature all along the length of tube. Now here constant heat flux condition is maintained. Means here the constant heat flux is supplied on this wall. Right? This constant heat flux Q is supplied on the wall. This will be constant heat flux Q. Right? This Q is nothing but heat transfer per unit area, which is nothing but watt per meter square. And this heat flux is given constant. Right? And again they have mentioned, right? Again they have mentioned, and the wall temperature is 20 degrees Celsius above the air temperature all along the length of tube. Means at this condition, at this inlet, let us say the wall temperature is T wall at inlet, right? Now at exit, my dear students, at exit there will be a air temperature will be increased. Therefore here at exit the air temperature will be T infinity O, because here we are heating this air, the temperature will increase, and at exit the wall temperature will be T wall O. This is surface temperature, and this difference of wall temperature and air temperature is always 20 degrees Celsius. Means this wall temperature is always more than air temperature. Therefore here this wall temperature minus surrounding fluid temperature, this difference is given. T wall minus fluid temperature at each and every location is 20 degrees Celsius, right? Therefore again that means this wall temperature is at each and every location above 20 degrees Celsius than surrounding fluid temperature or air temperature, right? Then calculate A is the heat transfer per unit length of the tube. Here first question we have to find heat transfer per unit length, right? Q by L, it is watt per meter, it is watt per meter, right? Then B is the increase in bulk temperature of air over a 4 meter length of tube. Now here if length becomes 4 meter, this length of tube becomes 4 meter, then increase in bulk temperature of air, they are asking the increase in bulk temperature of air, means this change in temperature of air, the bulk temperature of air at inlet is T infinity I, at outlet is T infinity O. So they are asking this difference, that is T infinity O minus T infinity I. This is question mark. These two questions they are asking, right? Again they have given properties of air at 200 degrees Celsius are, Prandtl number is given, that is 0.681, So let us write these values. Here Prandtl number is given 0.681, right? Then here dynamic viscosity is given. Mu is given. Prandtl number is 0.681. Dynamic viscosity mu is equal to 2.57 into 10 to the power minus 5. It is kg per meter second. Now, my dear students, generally this dynamic viscosity is required in Pascal second. The unit of dynamic viscosity is Pascal second, which is nothing but Newton per meter square into second. This unit we need, but here they have given kg per meter second. Now Newton is nothing but, as per Newton's second law, force is equal to mass into acceleration. Therefore force is Newton, mass is kg, acceleration is meter per second square. Therefore here the Newton can be replaced by kg meter per second square. Therefore it becomes kg meter per second square is Newton into second divided by meter square. Therefore 1 second will get cancelled, 1 meter will get cancelled, it will remain kg divided by meter second. Means you will be getting same unit. Means Pascal second is nothing but kg per meter second. So same unit we have to put for dynamic viscosity. Same unit we have to use here, right? Again, after dynamic viscosity, they have given thermal conductivity in watt per meter Kelvin. Therefore, thermal conductivity K is nothing but 0.0386 watt per meter Kelvin, and specific heat at constant pressure Cp is also given 1.025 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. It is 1.025 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. So this Cp will become 1025 joule per kg Kelvin. If I convert kilojoule into joule, I have to multiply with 1000. Right? These values are given, and they are asking heat transfer per unit length. Now, my dear students, this heat transfer, can I say this heat transfer at each and every location? Let us observe this carefully. If I consider this difference in bulk temperature, the same heat transfer can be written as mCp of air, mCp of flowing fluid, that is air. Right here, m is mass flow rate, m dot kg per second. It is kg per second. Cp is, it is given joule per kg Kelvin, into temperature difference, bulk temperature difference, that is T infinity O minus T infinity I. This is the heat transfer if I consider the change in temperature of air, right? If I consider this heat flux is nothing but heat transfer per unit area. Therefore, I have to multiply this heat flux with area. Therefore, it will become heat flux into area. Now, on which area this heat flux is acting? This heat flux is acting on surface area or not? Therefore, I have to consider Q into pi dl. Right. Again, if I want to write between this wall and surrounding fluid at any location between this wall and surrounding fluid, right? This heat transfer again becomes equal to, now between this wall and surrounding fluid, can I say there will be a convection? There will be a convection heat transfer, right? And convection heat transfer is nothing but H into area. Now for convection, area is again surface area. This surface is in contact with this fluid. Therefore, for convection, there is a surface area. For HA, that is pi dl, into temperature difference, that is wall temperature minus surrounding fluid temperature. Therefore, it is T wall minus T infinity. This is how this heat transfer can be written, right? So, my dear students, here to calculate this heat transfer rate, here we have to calculate this mass flow rate Cp, T infinity O minus T infinity I. But this T infinity O minus T infinity I is the second question. So we cannot calculate this T infinity O minus T infinity I, that is bulk fluid temperature difference initially. So this formula will not be useful first. This formula we will use for calculating of this T infinity O minus T infinity I. Then we have to calculate heat flux, but heat flux is not given in the question, right? As heat flux is not given, again this formula is not useful. Therefore here this Q is equal to H into pi dl into T wall minus T infinity. Here T wall minus T infinity is always given 20 degrees Celsius. Again, diameter is given. They are asking heat transfer rate per unit length. Per unit length. Therefore, if I divide here this heat transfer rate per unit length, then I will get, it is H d H into pi d. Sorry, H into pi d into T wall minus T infinity. This will be the formula. So here, my dear students, pi is known, diameter is known, T wall minus T infinity is known. Only convective heat transfer coefficient we have to calculate. To calculate convective heat transfer coefficient, we have to calculate Nusselt number, because we have relation of Nusselt number with this convective heat transfer coefficient. And to calculate Nusselt number, we have to calculate Prandtl number and Reynolds number. Prandtl number is already given in the question, so let us calculate Reynolds number. Now here, For flow through pipe, the Reynolds number is nothing but rho Vd upon mu, right? Where rho is density of flowing fluid, V is the velocity of flowing fluid, D is the diameter of pipe, and mu is the viscosity. Now here, diameter of pipe is given, right? Then this viscosity is also given. This viscosity is also given. Then velocity is also given, but density is not given. So my dear students, first of all, we have to calculate density to calculate this Reynolds number, right? So let us focus on density. Now, as air is flowing, therefore for air we can apply ideal gas equation. Therefore, here ideal gas equation is PV is equal to mRT, where P is equal to mass divided by volume into RT. Therefore, this RT I will take towards left side. Therefore, it will become P divided by RT is equal to, now mass divided by volume is density. Therefore, rho. So, my dear students, to calculate density, we have to calculate P divided by RT, right? So, let us find this density by with the help of this thermodynamic relation. Therefore, density is equal to, here we can say density is equal to P divided by RT. Right? Therefore, density is equal to, pressure is given. Here pressure is given, which is nothing but 2 into 1.01325 into 10 to the power of 5 Newton per meter square. R of air. Air is the ideal gas. For ideal gas, for this air, R is nothing but 287. R is 287 joule per kg Kelvin. Right? This is nothing but 287 joule per kg Kelvin. These values you must remember for the air. Into temperature is given. Temperature here we have to keep in Kelvin. Right? Therefore, at inlet the temperature is 473 Kelvin. It is 473 Kelvin. Therefore, if I calculate this density, let us find density of this air, then I will get density is equal to 1.493 kg per meter cube. Now, once you calculate this density, let us use this density formula here. Right? Therefore, my dear students, here we are going to use this density formula in the given equation. Therefore, this Reynolds number becomes rho. Rho is the density, which is nothing but 1.493 into velocity is given 12 meter per second into diameter is given 3 centimeter, which is nothing but 3 into 10 to the power minus 2, 3 into 10 to the power minus 2 meter. Here viscosity is given 2.57 into 10 to the power minus 5. It is 2.57 into 10 to the power minus 5. Right. So let us solve for Reynolds number. I will get Reynolds number is equal to 20,914. This will be the value of Reynolds number. Right. Now, my dear students, this Reynolds number value and this density of air value are required. So let us write them. Here we have calculated density of air as 1.493 kg per meter cube. And Reynolds number we have calculated 20,914. Right. Now, my dear students, this is a flow through pipe, and for flow through pipe, whenever Reynolds number, which is nothing but here 20,914, if this Reynolds number becomes more than 4,000, and if it is a flow through the pipe, the flow becomes turbulent. Therefore, here the flow is turbulent. So, my dear students, here we have to use the formulas of turbulent flow, right? And we know that the Nusselt number for turbulent flow, Nusselt number for turbulent flow is nothing but 0.023. These relations in examination they will provide you, but try to remember these relations. Whenever the flow is turbulent and it is flow through pipe, and this Nusselt number formula becomes equal to 0.023 into Reynolds number power 0.8 Prandtl number power m. Now, my dear students, this m is nothing but, right here, this m is nothing but, if fluid is getting heated, this m will be 0.4. If fluid is getting cooled, this m will be 0.3. But here the fluid temperature is increasing, right? From inlet to exit, the fluid is heated. It is mentioned in the question. Here it is written, right? See, first statement, air at 2 atmosphere and 200 degrees Celsius is heated. This air is heated. As it is heating of air in the question, therefore this em will be 0.4, right? Therefore, for heating of air, we can write here em as 0.4. Therefore, here there will be a 0.4. And this Nusselt number is nothing but, in terms of convectivity transfer coefficient, it is H d divided by K. For flow through pipe, we have to consider characteristic dimension as diameter of the pipe. So HD divided by K. Right. From this relation, Reynolds number is calculated, Prandtl number is given, H is unknown, diameter is given, K is given. From this relation, let us find this convective transfer coefficient H. Therefore, this Nusselt number is equal to 0.023 Reynolds number raised to 0.8, Prandtl number raised to 0.4 is equal to HD divided by K. Right. So my dear students, let us put the values. Therefore 0.023 into Reynolds number is just we have calculated. Right. Here you will find the value of Reynolds number. Just we have calculated. It is 20,914. 20,914 over 0.8. Prandtl number is given in the question. Right. It is given. Prandtl number 0.681 is written here. Right. Therefore 0.681 over 0.4 is equal to EH. Diameter is given. Diameter of the tube is 3 into 10 to the power minus 2 meter. Thereby thermal conductivity is also given in the question, which is 0.0386. 0.0386. Now in this complete equation, my dear students, EH is unknown. So let us find this EH. So if I solve this equation for EH, I will get this EH as 72.57 watt per meter square Kelvin. EH is 72.57 watt per meter square Kelvin. Now the first question is, what is heat transfer per unit length? Now my dear students, here this convection heat transfer is between the wall temperature T wall and the surrounding fluid temperature T infinity. Therefore this heat transfer by convection can be written as EH area, H into area into T wall minus T infinity, right? Where area available for the convection is surface area of this cylinder. Therefore it will become H into pi dl into T wall minus T infinity. Now here they are asking heat transfer per unit length. Therefore let us take this EL on the left side. Therefore heat transfer per unit length, that is watt per meter, will be equal to H into pi d into T wall minus T infinity. Right. So let us put the values. H is calculated just now, we have calculated, which is 72.57 into pi into diameter is 3 into 10 to the power minus 2 into T wall minus T infinity is always given 20. Therefore into 20. Right. So my dear students, if I simplify this equation for Q by L, then I will get Q by L, that is heat transfer per unit length. Therefore this Q by L, heat transfer per unit length, will be equal to, the answer is 136.79 watt per meter. It is watt per meter. Right. This is your first question. So let us solve second question. Now for second question, they have given if length becomes 4 meter, then this heat transfer will become 136.79 into 4, right? Then what is the bulk fluid temperature difference? That is, what is the fluid temperature at exit minus fluid temperature at inlet, right? My dear students, this heat transfer again I can write in terms of, if I want to write this change in temperature of air, then I have to write m dot Cp of air into T infinity O minus T infinity I. Right. Therefore, this heat transfer is nothing but Q by L, heat transfer rate per unit length, into length. Here length is given 4. Therefore, it will become Q by L into L, which is equal to m dot Cp T infinity O minus T infinity I. Right. Here length is given, Q by L we have calculated, and length is given 4 meter. Right. Now here T infinity O minus T infinity I. This is a question. Cp of air is given. Right. Only we have to calculate mass flow rate. So let us focus on mass flow rate. Now we know that the mass flow rate is nothing but rho A into V. That is, rho A V is nothing but density into area into velocity. This mass flow rate, for this mass flow rate, this air is entering from this cross sectional area. Right? Air is entering from this cross sectional area. Therefore, per second, how much kg of air is entering through this mass, through this area? This can be calculated with rho A V, which is nothing but kg per second. This will be in kg per second. This formula you have seen in thermodynamics, right? M dot is equal to rho AV. Now, my dear students, in steady flow energy equation, that is mass balance. Now, my dear students, density we have calculated. We have calculated density already. Area is pi by 4 d square, and velocity is given. So let us calculate this mass flow rate. Therefore, mass flow rate will become density into area is pi by 4 d square into velocity v, which is nothing but density is given 1.493. This is we have calculated in between the solution of question, right? Into pi by 4. Diameter is 3 into 10 to the power minus 2 whole square into velocity is 12. Here velocity is given. It is 12. Therefore, from this equation, here in this equation, only mass flow rate is unknown. So let us solve this equation for mass flow rate. Then you will get mass flow rate is equal to 0.012 it will be 0.012664 kg per second. This will be mass flow rate. Now once the mass flow rate is calculated, let us equate the heat transfer rate is equal to mcp dt, mcp T infinity O minus T infinity I, and let us calculate this T infinity O minus T infinity I. Now therefore this heat transfer rate is equal to mcp m dot cp into T infinity O minus T infinity I. Therefore heat transfer rate is heat transfer rate per unit length into length is equal to m dot cp into T infinity O minus T infinity I. Therefore this Q by L we have calculated, right? This Q by L was, we have written in the question, right, a solution, that is Q by L was 136.79 and length is given 4 is equal to mass flow rate just now we have calculated 0.012664 into Cp is given here 1.025 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. Therefore this Cp becomes 1025 joule per kg Kelvin. Therefore it will become 1025 into T infinity O minus T infinity I, right? Now in this equation, if I compare or equate these two equations, only T infinity O minus T infinity I, that is bulk fluid temperature difference, is unknown, and if I solve for this bulk fluid temperature difference, that is del TB, I will get answer as 42.15 degrees Celsius. Thank you dear students. In next lecture we will see one more numerical on this topic.